Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the DNA Sports Talk Show. I'm Davis Gregory here with Andrew Cross, and today we've got you some NFL power rankings. We're going to go from our list from the fifth best team in the NFL to the best team in the NFL for our power rankings. So, starting off our list, we have a tie for fifth place between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Minnesota Vikings. Andrew, so both these teams really, the Vikings have had a tough schedule so far. 3-4-1 is their record, and Chargers are 5-2 with a lot of injuries on that lineup. So can you tell me a little bit about the Vikings to start us off?
Well, first of all, I think it's more than just a two-way tie for fifth place. There are a bunch of teams in that fifth place slot, the Panthers, the Ravens, they can all compete for that fifth place spot. These are just I think the best two quality teams, I don't know, by talent-wise, I would say, because the Vikings' schedule is just so brutal. They have to go at New England, at Seattle in upcoming games, and they also had to play at the Rams, who are the best team in the league, and they had the Saints come home. It's just their schedule is insanely tough. They have extreme injuries on their side of the ball. It doesn't look fair for the Vikings, but I mean Kirk Cousins has the third most yards in the NFL passing. Adam Thielen just set the record for the most 100-yard games,
right,
and he leads the NFL in receptions and receiving yards.
Right, he's had an absolutely amazing season so far. What's that, 100 yards every single game this year?
100 yards in 8 straight
games.
That's
absolutely crazy. Only Calvin Johnson and him are on that list for 100 yards through 8 weeks. Now, for the Chargers, as I mentioned, lots of injuries. Joey Bosa still nowhere near return, according to reports from Adam Schefter. And Melvin Gordon sat out against the Titans, but was reported to be able to play next week, which is a real boost to this Chargers offense because Melvin Gordon out of Wisconsin, we all know what he did for the Wisconsin Badgers, and he's been absolutely phenomenal after missing that first season due to an ACL tear. And his sophomore season and this year, he's played absolutely great. He's been a huge part of this Chargers offense. And also who's playing great, Phillip Rivers, a veteran in this league, one of the last real pocket passers that we have in the NFL, and third in the league in QBR, I do believe, and also has 6th in completion percentage, which is 69.1% in the NFL. So top 10 in completion percentage isn't all that bad, especially for how old Phillip Rivers is. He's performing very, very well.
Also, their first-round pick a couple years back, Mike Williams out of Clemson, is coming on now. He tore his ACL in preseason his rookie year, and now he's starting to come back, and he's showing flashes of why they drafted him, I think, in the 8th overall maybe.
Right. No, it was 7th.
7th
overall. So now we'll go up to number 4, the New England Patriots, who are 5-2 through these 8 weeks, had their bye week. And they've looked really impressive after that slow start, losing to the Lions in Detroit on Sunday Night Football. They've played absolutely phenomenal as of late. Tom Brady's really picked it up. And that huge steal in them getting Josh Gordon from the Cleveland Browns, it's been huge for that Patriots offense for Tom Brady to have a weapon like Josh Gordon.
Yeah, I think Josh Gordon really helps because, his speed, just plays right into Tom Brady's, medium passing game. Also, Sony Michel, though he's been injured of late, has been a huge addition for them. They got him in the 2nd round, I do believe. James White has been taking on a much greater role in this offense now that Deion Lewis is gone. The defense really needs to pick it up, though.
Right.
They've been, like you said, trashed by the Lions, who are not a very good team.
Right, exactly.
So, we'll see how the Patriots play out. They do have a couple tough games coming up on their schedule, but we'll see.
Also, Julian Edelman coming back from that suspension from his performance-enhancing drugs. So, New England at number 4 on our list. Now number 3 of the NFC South, the New Orleans Saints, who are 7-1. Just coming off a win against the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL, which was the Baltimore Ravens a couple weeks ago. And Drew Brees has looked absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely he's playing out of his mind.
That's true, yeah.
He's really just leading this offense. Looks like just a young Drew Brees standing back there, so comfortable in the pocket. Of course, breaking the passing yards record earlier this season on Monday Night Football, I do believe, and now he's coming close on Peyton Manning's record for touchdowns. So really, this offense for New Orleans, not a problem. However, the defense is a real issue as they haven't really been able to hold people to 20 or below points. It's just been, somewhat weird because you have Marshawn Lattimore, Cam Jordan, Manti Te'o as well in the linebacking core. You got to think what's wrong with the Saints on defense, but offensively with Kamara taking those snaps when Ingram was suspended, but now they've got Ingram back and Drew Brees still, and Michael Thomas has played absolutely out of his mind. The Saints, I think, can be one of the contenders for an NFC Championship.
I mean, you're right. Like you mentioned, that defense is the only thing holding them back. The Vikings game, the score, they allowed 20 points, but the score is a little bit, deceiving. The Vikings turned the ball over twice in the red zone, and Kirk Cousins threw a pick six. I mean, P.J. Williams, their second corner, the Vikings were just picking on him all day long, and he couldn't do anything. They traded for Eli Apple, who's been, all right for the New York Giants, but, they're going to need some help at the corner position. Marcus Davenport, who they traded up for in the draft, he's a physical freak, but he hasn't really been completely dominant. But, Drew Brees is just having another phenomenal year,
right.
And he only gets better with Kamara and Ingram.
Right. And it seems only with his age, too, he gets better. It just seems every single year Drew Brees is improving. So number 2 on our list, I believe everyone just has the same top 2 right now. But number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs off to this hot start with Patrick Mahomes coming off being the backup to Alex Smith and has absolutely torn up the NFL right now. My MVP candidate, either him or Todd Gurley. But right now, Patrick Mahomes, I had my doubts about Mahomes heading into the season, but he's been showing that he is the guy for the job in Kansas City.
Well, when you think about it, Kansas City was almost trying for a rebuild this year. They traded away Marcus Peters, they traded away Alex Smith, and now you look at it and they have one loss and they're leading their division and they're leading the AFC. They lost to the Patriots on a last-second field goal. Tyreek Hill has emerged as one of the, he's obviously the fastest player in the NFL and as one of the best receivers in the NFL. They're just unstoppable on offense. Travis Kelce I think he's the NFL's best tight end in space. And then Kareem Hunt, he's just a highlight reel waiting to happen. He's third in the NFL in rushing yards. There's no way to stop them on offense.
Right, just that combination, though, Hill, Kelce, Mahomes, and Hunt. Kareem Hunt has really been transformed into a receiving back. Last year was more of a rushing back, but he's really kind of gotten to the role of a dual-threat running back, being able to catch out of the backfield and also being able to break for some big runs, too.
Throwing Sammy Watkins, too, from the Bills.
Right, exactly.
And that's just a complete offense. The only thing they need work on is defense. Their number one corner is Orlando Scandrick, who has never been a number one corner in his life before. So, their defense needs a lot of help. But, they're only a one-loss team right now, and they lost to the Patriots by 3. So, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, especially come playoff time, we'll see how the rookie can handle it at quarterback, considering it's his first year being the captain of this team. So, at number 1, of course, the 8-0 Los Angeles Rams. And we mentioned before, Todd Gurley really played great last year. In my opinion, he was the MVP last year because you take Todd Gurley out of that offense, Jared Goff is a good quarterback, but Todd Gurley just makes that offense absolutely spectacular. The greatest show on grass right now. And Todd Gurley is, as of now, I think he's second in the MVP race. I have Mahomes above him by a little bit. But Todd Gurley been able to receive really, really well coming out of the backfield. And also, we know from his days as a Georgia Bulldog, he's been an absolutely fantastic running back and getting those yards on the ground. Absolute freak of nature, Todd Gurley is. And also, Jared Goff, the throws that he has made this year have been absolutely spectacular. Some to Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, of course, Cooper Kupp. They have that receiving core is very, very underrated in my opinion. And Jared Goff has really played nice. That offense is almost unstoppable. And I think right now they are. And also defensively, we say on that list, the top 4 from 4, 3, and 2, that they all have, some work to do on defense. This defense for the Rams, they don't really have all that much work to do.
They have the least work to do. But I think I'm going back to what you say about Jared Goff. Jared Goff, with all the defenses in the league focused on Todd Gurley, all Sean McVay has to do is just whip out a play action. And, Jared Goff has one-on-one on the outside everywhere. And with guys with Cooks and Kupp and Woods, it's almost unstoppable. You can't game plan for both, Brandon Cooks, who's an all-pro receiver, and Todd Gurley, who's having the best season of his life right now. That defense, they only got better. They added Dante Fowler Jr. at the trade deadline, who was a I think it was a number 2 overall pick by the Jags.
Yeah, it was a first-round draft pick.
And, I mean, Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald, that D-line is just, I think it's the best in the league right now.
It really is right now.
Corners, I mean, they've had injury trouble. Aqib Talib.
With Marcus Peters.
Yeah,
right?
Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters have been out a little bit. The only place they need to work on is safeties and linebackers. I mean, if some team really wants to, compete with the Rams, they're going to need to throw the ball over the top and try to run up the score on them.
Right, exactly. And that's going to be really hard to do, especially come playoff time when everyone's just, every single play matters from here on out, from week 9 to that 1 week in February where we're competing for a Lombardi trophy. So we're going to see how the rest of the season plays out, but right now I think everyone's really got their Super Bowl being Rams-Chiefs or Rams-Patriots right now. So we want to thank you all for watching our NFL Power Rankings. Be sure to check back with us down the road in the season to see if we come out with more Power Rankings. And hopefully we'll see how these standings come out towards the end of the season, but you never know with the NFL. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.